the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, April 7th, for 6th, April 6th.
That's Scott Hammer. I'm Ron Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you're new.
Why did I put April? It is the 6th, isn't it?
Yes, all day long.
For some reason, I put the 7th. I don't even know what day it is. Show number 275. That part I do know.
Ooh.
Because last week's show was 274. It's right there.
Oh.
So, yeah. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter from the John Young Racing for First Responders Dave Kemmer studio. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to tell you about.
Ooh.
Did you notice what you're sitting in? Did you see these?
Oh, my, be still my heart.
Look, and they all match.
Oh, wow.
Thanks to John Young Racing, we finally got the studio chairs. The studio is now complete.
Is yours a little low, or is it just that you've bulked out?
I think they're adjustable.
Yeah.
It might be. I'm comfortable, so
Okay,
I don't want to mess it up.
All right.
So, yeah, so thanks to John Young Racing for finally completing the Hammer Down Racing Report
My
studio.
chair has been pretty comfortable. It was the guest chair in the middle that was a little on
your
the
chair
shaky
that you
side.
used, I always brought in from my office, which was a fairly new chair. So,
Right.
I've given you the luxury there. Tonight on the show, we're going to talk to Larry Bowes and Jerry Keyser about Waynesfield Raceway Park. Don't go there, though, this weekend.
That's a spoiler alert?
Yeah, some breaking news, I suppose. It's not really breaking at this point, but both Waynesfield and Attica have pulled the plug for this weekend due to saturated grounds. So Attica's batting 0 for 4 weekends now?
Yeah, and against their best wishes, they're going to have to open with a big show.
Well, they were going to open with a big show this weekend. The All-Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but now it's going to be next weekend because they had a rain weekend. Same thing with Waynesfield, but we'll talk more to Larry and Jerry about that and everything else they have planned. They have a pretty aggressive schedule. They've only run just a handful of races the past few, or they've scheduled a handful of races and only run a few of that handful the past couple of years. So we'll talk about all that fun stuff, what they got scheduled and what's going on out there. Also, all the racing news you can handle, and we'll be giving away some Big D's pizza.
Ooh.
With how many? Just a little bit. Speaking of Big D's, give them a call right now, 419-547-1444. Order online at orderbigdspizza.com. And just to help that out, pizza, we'll get the number going down there at the bottom of the screen. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Check out the new country fried steak with bacon sandwich, just $6.99. And they now have crispy curly fries, as we mentioned last week, for $3.99. They have everything, really.
It's amazing.
I'm a picky person. Usually I go to a restaurant and there's maybe one or two things I like.
I'd like mac and cheese, please.
I don't even like mac and cheese.
Really?
Yeah,
ooh.
But Big D's Pizza, they have multiple things I'll eat. It's a picky person's paradise. There you go. You can use that as the catchphrase. Picky person's paradise. Big D's Pizza, Clyde.
Unlike the guy sitting across from you who'll eat darn near anything.
Or you can go with their traditional tagline, big on taste, not on price. DCR Graphics, they're going to be with us for the entire year. We've got a deal with them now. They're locally owned and operated. They still have full wraps available, so race season's coming up. Sometime it's going to start around here, but if you haven't got your wrap done yet, I know a lot of cars the first night out, they'll just stick some duct tape numbers on their cars.
And they're done that.
Yeah, there's still time. Full wrap starting at just $350. They can help you design it and everything. They also specialize in banners, stickers. They do die cast like the little car sitting up there. They made that for us. That's pretty cool. If basically you can measure it, they can do graphics for it for any kind of car. Sprint cars, late models, modified, stock cars, compacts, even your car out in the parking or in the garage or driveway, whatever that thing is where you parked. Call or text DCR Graphics at 419-308-9523, and you can check out some of their stuff on Facebook, facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And, of course, freeze-frame photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. Get those pictures on any knick-knack.
Yeah, darn near anything.
Yeah, custom gifts, actually. They make really good gifts. Start your Christmas shopping early. Birthdays, whatever. Mother's Day's coming up.
It is.
That's not too far away, really. About a month. Call up Charlie. Get some things made.
What could say Happy Mother's Day any better than a mug with your face on it?
Or whoever's.
Or your race car.
And yes, your race car, not mine, yours. Give Charlie a call, 419-476-9978, freeze frame photos. Special moments frozen in time. I also have to thank Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Headhunter Barber Studio, and Salon.
By the way, Ron Miller Race Cars is pretty much back open. Our primary supplier was, their entire system was hacked. They were.
Is that why they were down?
Yeah, they were out of business for 10 days. No phones, no internet, nothing.
Well, I'm glad that they're back. So now you can get stuff.
Yeah. The online ordering is still a little sketchy, but it works.
Okay, as long as the right stuff comes.
Why don't we talk to Jerry?
We'll get to him just a second. First, just a few things from last weekend.
Racing Roundup.
Yeah, Annika Raceway rained out, but the World of Outlaws case construction equipment late models were rained out for the Illini 100 at Farmer City. The World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink sprint cars were not rained out again. Right. They seem to be the only ones that can get any racing done. Texas Outlaw Nationals down at Devil's Bowl Speedway. Friday night, Brad Sweet picking up the win, and then James McFadden picking up the win on Saturday. Buddy Kofoid finished second in that one. NASCAR action this past weekend, Carson Hocevar. He picked up the win in the SpeedyCash.com 250 at Texas after Nick Sanchez crashed on the
Michigan
last lap.
racer, so that felt good.
First, I believe it was first NASCAR win for him. Saturday in the Xfinity race, also Saturday, I should say, at Richmond, though, in the Toyota Care 250, it was rookie Chandler Smith picking up the win, and then Kyle Larson Sunday picking up the win in the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond. Also Sunday, Joseph Newgarden picked up the win in the PPG 375 at Texas Motor Speedway. I was watching some of that. It was actually some pretty good racing there. I don't know if you saw any of that.
No, I missed it.
It was it was very competitive. Lots of passing at I only watched the very end of it, but it's pretty exciting. I don't like that they finish under yellow, though. They had a crash there with like 1 or 2 laps to go, and it's like
no green, white checkers.
No green, white checkers. I was kind of missing out on that, but I don't know. So I guess that's something I do like about NASCAR.
I was going to say, so NASCAR spoils you? Come on.
Yes. Well, but NASCAR got that from local tracks.
Right.
So we'll go with that. Other notes, Darren Nida was the big winner during the opening bell weekend at Mountain Creek Speedway in Catawba, North Carolina. Nida claimed the 600 micro sprint feature win.
Yeah.
Parker Price Miller won Sunday's 410 wing sprint car feature that opened the season at Atomic Speedway this past weekend. I believe that was Sunday, actually. And Devin Moran, I believe, was first time in a sprint car competing.
How did he do?
Do
you have that at all?
I didn't look that up, unfortunately. Cap Henry came home second. Cole Macedo was third there at Atomic. And Ricky Thornton Jr. took the victory on opening night of the 10th annual Lucas Oil MLRA Spring Nationals at Lucas Oil Speedway on Friday night. And then Saturday it was Jonathan Davenport leading all 40 laps.
I'll bet if you open our comments, we'll find out how Devin Moran did in a sprint car.
I'm sure Dave is all over that. But that...
Or Dean.
Yeah, Dean probably would know. That's a good call on that. All right, how about we get to our guest this week? First, let's bring in this guy you may have seen before. ZZ Top's with us!
Oh, my word.
How.
Oh, jeez. Jerry Keyser, voice of Waynesfield once again.
Yep, back where I started back in 2009. Proud to be with Larry Bowes again this year. I was with him at Montpelier last year, and it's going to ride on his coattails a little bit longer, I guess.
And I saw that the Dirt Track Truck Series is going to be there for at least a few shows, right?
What a surprise.
Absolutely. That's where the Dirt Track trucks really started, the 4-cylinder trucks. was at Waynesfield Raceway Park. And then when Waynesfield stopped running them weekly, Andy King took it upon his own shoulders to keep that series going and expand it. And he's done a whale of a job. Can't wait to see them back on the high banks at Waynesfield for sure.
So is Waynesfield then going to be the home track once again for the dirt track?
You'll have to ask Andy that.
Okay.
He's got multiple races at several tracks. We've got multiple races at Lima Land, also at Waynesfield, Montpelier. So I am thrilled to see what Andy has done with that series, and looking forward to a great season. I know there's going to be at least one new driver. Unfortunately, I let the RK1 go over the off season, and Dallas Geckel will be piloting that machine with a new number on it. So we'll see how.
Because you're going to be getting a new truck, right?
No, I am purchasing something a little bit slower.
Okay. Fine.
You're going to ride a tortoise?
Not just a four-wheeler.
Okay.
Devin,
now, wait a minute. Didn't I finish ahead of you in our three-way dance?
Bring it on, big boy.
Devin Moran finished 20th after starting 24th at Atomic. So, in his sprint car debut. Should we get Larry on the horn here?
Absolutely.
Good, because that's what we're doing.
I hope he answers you. He never answers my phone calls.
He answered my text earlier, so I'm hoping. Will he or will he not?
Hello?
Larry!
Yes.
Hey, it's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and Jerry Keyser.
Well, what a trio.
Yeah.
How is it going, sir?
It is going okay, thank you.
Always a pleasure speaking with you, and now you're promoting Waynesfield. How?
Yeah, let's start this off. Larry, what have you done?
How did this come about?
That was 4 questions. Which one did you want me to answer?
What have you done?
Just love the sport, and
Obviously.
Greg Show came to me and asked me if I would be interested because Shane's work was just too much for him to do and devote enough interest to Waynesfield. And I had already committed to part-time schedules at the other tracks. So I said, what the heck? You're only young once.
And you're still committed to those other tracks?
Waynesfield, Winchester, and Gas City, yes.
So Shane,
let's go back to my other question. Larry, what have you done?
Just trying to make some race fans and race teams happy, I guess.
Oh, you're good at it.
So Shane Helms isn't involved anymore. He was too busy then with other things for Waynesfield. He's done a pretty good job the past couple of years keeping things going.
He did a great job. Yeah, he did a great job improving the facility. And actually, it was Shane that had called me first. And he just said that he loved the facility. He wanted to see it keep going. But he just felt that with his work being so busy, his family, church, and everything else, that he did not have the time to properly devote to it that it needed.
And you do. And you run you have Gas City and Winchester under your belt there. Can you devote enough time to all these places?
Oh, I think so. The goal this year is not to run 2 tracks on one weekend. So it'd just be like running a weekly show, but just in 3 different geographical areas.
Okay, fair. What kind of schedules do Gas City and Winchester have this year? I mean, about how many events?
We have right now 11 on the schedule at Waynesfield, 12 at Gas City, and 5 at Winchester.
And you're saying none of those overlap as far as weekends go?
Well, they were not going to until Mother Nature decided to intervene.
Yeah, we already mentioned that Waynesfield, unfortunately, getting the ground's just too saturated out there for this weekend.
Oh, it is. I mean, we could try to run, and we want to run, but we all know that with the amount of rain, including over an inch of rain yesterday, that the track would just not be suitable for guys to put their hard-earned money on the line. It would have been rough and tumble, ride 'em cowboy. We all know that. Anybody that knows dirt knows that. And who wants to go and sit and watch those guys tear up their equipment?
You wouldn't be putting on a show that you know the fans deserve.
Exactly. You know, I hear so much about the great racing at Waynesfield Raceway Park, and we want that tradition to continue. Greg started it, then Dean Miracle involved for a while, then Shane came on with his improvements. And so we just want to grow on that. And luckily, it may turn out to be a plus, as the long range forecast right now is for a superb week
I
ahead.
saw that.
This is going to be spectacular week.
Definitely. So what led to the decision to run 11 events this year at Waynesfield when the past couple years it's only been
Just a handful?
Yeah, the local races have been shut out of the facility in favor of a lot of sprint car racing, and we all love sprint cars, but the modifieds, the stocks, the D2 midgets, the compacts, the trucks, they all deserve a place to race as well. So we're going to bring back some of that, and that's a lot more affordable for the local people. So first and foremost, we want to be a community racetrack, and then throw in a handful of high-profile events.
Okay, so is this like a long-term kind of thing where you're just kind of starting off with some of the smaller shows, and then maybe next year starting to incorporate some of the bigger shows?
It's a test of water. Right now we have no 410 wing shows on there, and we did get a little bit of heat from that, but I've told the guys, hey, don't rule anything out. We do have a couple of open dates more in the fall. But the thing is, we came in late into the game, and we want to be good neighbors, not step on schedules from the other tracks.
Gotcha. When did you start planning things for Waynesfield?
We really didn't get into the heat of it until around March or April.
Oh.
Wait.
Well, I'm sorry, it's April already, so it was March. It was early March, right about the tail end of the indoor go-kart season.
Gotcha. And you have a lot of the NRA 360 sprints that are under the Great Lakes Super Sprint banner now. What was the thinking with that?
Because so many of the local drivers from that area participate in the NRA, and it's a great proving ground for the guys. Maybe not quite the budgeted division that it once was, but it's still brought in a lot. It's great to see like the go-kart racers that have moved up to NRA, and then they use that as a step up into the more powerful 410 winged sprints.
Gotcha. So this weekend we're rained out, but next weekend it's going to be the same thing that was scheduled for this weekend, right?
It is, and we're keeping it as a twilight schedule right now, but if it does, in fact, prove to be 80 degrees as they're projecting, just watch social media, and we will put the times back to a more comfortable level for the fans, the competitors, and the track surface.
So tentatively racing scheduled to start at 4 o'clock then, unless it is real warm, then you may push that start time back.
To 7:30, correct.
Wouldn't it be crazy with all the rain we've had this spring to open up next weekend to a dusty racetrack?
That would be a quite a turnaround, but you know what? I think people might welcome dust in comparison to what we've sat through for the last month. Kitty Attic, they're 0 for 4 right now.
Yeah. We were just talking about that too. And I feel that we jinxed them somehow. So I didn't do anything to jinx them this week, and they still too much rain.
Yeah, so. They were faced with some really wicked evening temperatures. And again, nobody wants to sit outside in 38-degree weather. Even though we love the sport, we've got a full summer ahead of us.
Well, hopefully racing will get started next weekend in Northwest Ohio. Only a month late, but...
Scott, Dean Henry had a question for Larry.
Oh, the owners of Waynesfield, are they still the same owners? I know a few years back they kind of stepped back, and that's when Shane Helms kind of stepped in. Do they still own the track?
Yeah, the Shobe family still owns it. It's part of their farm, and Greg said the track's going nowhere, the ownership's going nowhere. I'm just blessed to have somebody with the beliefs and the outlook on life that Greg has. He's just a super person, and after the year I went through last year, and we won't go into that, I welcome this so greatly.
Okay. And I saw you have some stock car events. What are the rules? Are they going to be like Limaland Eldora stock car rules?
Yeah, they are. We're going to combine the Eldora and Limaland rules, which are very similar with the exception of carburetors. And being such a small bull ring, we're just going to allow either or, the 4-barrel or the 2-barrel.
Interesting. So no Ohio Sprint Speed Week date this year.
No, that unfortunately suffered last year due in part to the extremely hot weather. And again, because we came in late, they did still have an open date. But we're just going to sit back this year. And I want to learn the track. I've heard so much about it. Personally, I've not seen a race on it for about 7 years. So I'm really looking forward to learning the facility, learning the people, and actually just have some fun.
I know a lot of sprint car drivers that we've talked to mentioned that
on the list of
mentioned
favorites.
Waynesfield is one of their favorite places to race. It's like a jet inside of a gymnasium or something like that.
You know, it's literally a bowl, and it's banked all the way around. And in fact, I just spoke with Cody Swanson this afternoon. He called in, and he was disappointed because he wanted to race there. He calls it one of his most favorite fun tracks. And Brady Bacon right here in Winchester, he tells me how great it is. And, you know, I hear from Travis Philo and all those guys that want to race there because it's so much fun. And that's why I said, don't rule out the 410s.
Is there going to be any local track point funds this year?
No, me and point funds did not get along last year, as a lot of people know. And being such a limited schedule and a diverse schedule, it would be pretty hard to award points off of, you know, such a minimal amount of events.
Okay. And you mentioned that the schedule is not necessarily set in stone. There could be something maybe added, or maybe not later on in the year.
Right. What we have right now is firm, but that's not to say that the divisions on those dates are firm.
Gotcha.
You know, there are a lot of the lower budgeted non-wing teams that would love a home racetrack, and that's what kind of built Waynesfield many, many years ago. So that's in the works. And the midgets there put on a fantastic show. So there's a lot of options. We just can't please everyone. What
event are you most looking forward to at Waynesfield this year?
Oh, right now the opening one, and of course, the one that I think most people in the area look forward to is July 3rd in the Jack Hewitt Classic, and that's going to be great this year. We'll have the non-wing sprints, we'll have the winged NRA sprints, and then the D2 midgets for, you know, an all open wheel deal, and that should be spectacular.
Now, Waynesfield Saturday night track, kind of working with Limaland then, especially with the sprints on, you know, being a Friday night track. Do you think that will be mutual beneficial for both tracks?
I think it should allow both of them to grow.
Yeah, the voice of both those tracks seems to think so.
You know, Larry's done such a great job, and having him as part of Waynesfield now, it just opens the doors for a lot of great possibilities and, you know, for local racing around here. You know, Lima obviously has been home for the NRA for years, and with Barry Marlowe taking them over and also having the Great Lakes traditional sprints, it opens the door for some good non-wing stuff along with the 360s.
Nice.
That's correct. And, you know, and we'll be working with Boss as well. And had a conversation with Kirk Spridgen this morning. That's not this year for USAC, but it sure would be great to bring the USAC midgets over here because it's a track made for them.
So you'll be kind of looking at things this year and seeing how things go, and with maybe keeping things in mind for possibility of next year.
Yeah, the schedule is important, but the biggest thing we're working on, and we've had some photos on social media, the biggest thing we want to work on is fan amenities. We know the racing is good. Some of the amenities there have been a little bit on the rough side, and through some great sponsors that have come on board, we've already put in 300 foot of concrete for the ADA accessible people, and just little things like that. Try to improve upon the parking lot, the lighting, just, try to move some more of the concession stands up towards the bleachers. So that's our goal. Work with the fans because they pay the bills.
Larry, do you see Waynesfield ever coming back as a weekly track, or are you happy with it being a specials facility?
In today's society, I'm fearful for a weekly track. I think people are just so preoccupied with so many activities and so many opportunities to spend their weekends on different things. I think, if you give somebody a hamburger every week, it's just a hamburger. But if you start sparing it out every now and then, it sort of becomes a steak. And that's kind of the philosophy we're going to use. Right. And I have to say, I learned that from Earl Balthus, so I can't take credit for that one.
Any fan appreciation nights or dollar hot dogs, dollar admission, or any special things like that planned for this year?
Hey, those are some great ideas, and I'm sure we will. I know that actually, kind of a bold move. I'm going to run up against the Kings Royal, which is maybe a no-no since it's only 52 miles away. But we'll be running our local divisions, our modifieds, our stocks, the trucks, divisions like that. And that's going to be our Christmas in July. Santa Claus, who we all know very dearly, will be showing up that night. And that's going to be our fun night, just with the local people to come on out, just, spend a nice summer July night at the racetrack with Santa Claus and hopefully some fireworks.
Santa Claus. I wonder who that could be.
I don't know.
Oh no. So
yeah.
Is there any chance of you getting involved with any other, running another track, having 4 tracks, or are you good with 3?
Well, I still have the Rumble and the indoor carts.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I have enough to keep my plate full, but I welcome anybody that wants to join the team. Trying to do this as a one-man band is very, very difficult. I try to do the best I can and just have fun doing it.
Well, I noticed kind of some similarities in the schedule, at least toward the end of this year for Waynesfield, to what Montpelier had with the Goblin thing. And I was like,
yeah, that's a carryover from my days at Little Eldora. We always closed out the year with the Goblin Classic, and that was a huge 2-day event for us there. And I'm big on having parties at the races, so we'll have a party out there that night or that weekend, and just have some Halloween fun on a quarter-mile dirt track.
And that's what are we looking at here? Saturday, the 28th. Of October.
I have to admit that I'm outside in the bleachers at Winchester, so I don't have the schedule in front of me.
I'm looking at it. Goblin Classic featuring Boss Nowing Sprints. Is it their championship night, too? Apparently.
Yep, it's going to be their championship. So I think we'll get them a great big old orange pumpkin trophy for their championship.
Modified stocks and compacts, Saturday, October 28th.
And maybe more. Oh. And maybe more.
Nice. And you're saying that may be a 2-day show, or is that just going to be a 1-day show for now?
Things go right, I want to move it into a 2-day show.
Okay. Well, Larry, I know you're a busy guy, probably a little less busy with things getting pushed back a week, but that's going to make next weekend probably pretty hectic for you. But,
Yeah, we turn around and have open practice here at Winchester on Sunday, so I'll have to get up early Sunday morning, get the trash picked up, and hightail it back over here to the high banks.
When does Gas City start?
April 28th.
Okay. So, you're going to be a busy guy. As always.
Yep, looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing all the great fans out here again, and the drivers. Everybody gets upset on race day, but after the races are over, we're all friends and have a good time, and that's what it's all about.
I'm assuming that the response has been pretty positive from racers and fans with there being more events this year.
Oh yeah, I kind of feel like I'm a savior to some of them. I said at the Dayton Auto Racing Fan Club meeting a couple of weeks ago, I have not been as happy to be at a racetrack as Waynesfield since I left Eldora. I'll always relish the days at Eldora, but this is going to be like the second coming of Eldora to me.
Awesome. Well, I hope everything works out, and looking forward to the opening night or afternoon, depending on the weather, next Saturday.
Right. All right. Sounds great, guys. Hey, thanks. Always good talking to y'all.
Always great hearing from you, Larry.
Good luck, Larry.
I'm sure we'll check back with you at the end of the season, see how things went.
All right. Sounds great, guys. Thanks.
All right. We'll see you
next week, Larry.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, Jerry, are you as excited as Larry is here?
Oh, I'm tickled pink. This is home. This is where I started announcing at. I've seen so many great races at Waynesfield, and guys from Kyle Larson down to compact guys that have moved up over the years. Ethan Pope, who now runs modifieds at Shady Bowl. These guys all have been a huge part of my racing announcing career. I can't wait to see them back at Waynesfield, because that place is it has a special place in my heart.
That's the place you rolled your truck over, isn't it?
It is. That's where I got upside down in the back, coming off of turn one, down the back straightaway. Me and one of my best friends, Bill Keeler, I got sideways in front of him. He had nowhere to go. Got into me, not hard, just enough to turn me the rest of the way around, and it dug in. But hey, I got out, went back out, started the feature that night in 20th, and finished 9th. So I have no complaints.
He did better than Mr. Devin Moran in his sprint car debut.
There you go.
Maybe you should get a Fremont dirt truck.
I think if I race again, I'm going to if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I get something a little bit bigger, but I think my racing days may be numbered.
What?
Yeah.
It says every racer that has ever raced, and
Yeah.
So you want to stick around for the rest of the show, Jerry? Or you
I actually need to take off. I got things I got to get ready for work tomorrow, and I wish I could get back on weekly with you guys. Just right now, things are crazy. Hopefully, knock on wood, soon.
All right, man. Well, good luck both at Lima Land. We actually, just so I don't have to send you another message, are you available for a Lima Land preview coming up in a few weeks? I don't know what night. I'll have to get
Absolutely,
back
yeah. Touch base with me. Let me know what day for sure, and I might be able to get Steph, our general manager, to get on with us and talk about it as well. But for everybody, please come out and see us at Waynesfield next weekend on the 15th for the season opener. Head to WaynesfieldMotorsportsPark.com to the website to check out the schedule, or check us out on Facebook, Waynesfield Raceway Park. Lots of great things going on. Like Larry said, the facility you're going to see a big change out there as far as amenities for the fans, but you're always going to see the same great racing that we've always had at Waynesfield.
And do you know the gate times? What time can people get there next week? Next
week, like Larry said, still kind of up in the air. Looking at pit gates at 12:30, grandstand gates at 1:30, hot laps at 2, racing at 4, or hot laps at 2:30, racing at 4. But obviously, subject to change because of the weather. Keep an eye on our social media, on the website, and heck, right here on the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Oh, yeah.
Yepper.
We'll let you know unless you change. Don't change after Thursday. It has to be set in stone by 7 o'clock Thursday night.
All right.
Then you make us look like fools otherwise.
Well, how about how many? What time will Jerry let us know about Waynesfield next Thursday?
So good reason to follow on social. I think the links to all the social media is on Waynesfield Raceway, or WaynesfieldMotorsportsPark.com is the address. I thought it was on here.
I do have an idea for your how many next week. I'll send you a message about it.
Okay, good, because I'm always having a hard time coming up with them.
Yeah,
trying to do something different.
This one could swing very widely, so it could be interesting.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you. I missed being on.
Thanks, Chair.
Yep. Dean, John, Barb, everybody out there, thanks a lot. Look forward to seeing you at Waynesfield Raceway Park or Lima Land Motorsports Park real soon.
Yeah, maybe I'll get to Waynesfield. I have still not gotten to Waynesfield, so maybe next Saturday.
It's been a while since I've been there.
Road trip.
There you go.
We'll stop at Big D's on the way back.
Ooh.
Bring me stop on the way down.
Well, it depends. If you start at 4, we'll stop on the way back. If you start at 7:30, then maybe on the way down. You just want us to bring you pizza.
Duh.
That's fair. All right.
All right, guys.
We'll see you.
See ya.
See you, Jer.
Jerry Keys are always. He's good. He popped back in. I forgot he's got control, too. Larry is no longer on the phone. Again, we're going to give away Big D's Pizza here in just a minute. We got some racing news to get to. But first, I want to mention Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. OakshadeRaceway.com, or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Season opener coming up, the Bill Reckner Memorial, April 29th. That's Saturday night, last Saturday in April.
Not that far away.
No, it's so I need to. It's good that you can get these parts because I need some.
Finally.
Yeah. Full schedule is available at OakshadeRaceway.com. Basically racing every Saturday night from April 29th through September 29th. There may be some changes, some additions to the schedule. Nothing's going to be eliminated, but there could be some additions.
Those are still pending?
There's some pending things toward the end of the season.
I was kind of hoping that...
I'm sure once it's official, we will be revealing that information.
Maybe we could announce those, but okay.
Not yet. Not yet. Someday soon, I hope. I know that I'm not even sure I should mention that. Maybe we'll just move on. Ron Miller Race Cars, 734-856-7223. Give him a call. He can order stuff now. All the parts, all the safety equipment, service, whatever you need, he can do it. Even if the website is a little wonky to order things from,
yeah,
he can get the right part for you. Everything a racer needs. Again,
American Racer, American Racer tires for the Fremont trucks are now in stock, and we will be.
Is there a Hammer Racing Report discount? If they mention the Hammer Down Racing Report, can they save $1?
Yeah.
There you go. Save $1.
Save $1 on your truck.
Yeah, there you go. How about some racing?
Latest racing news.
Mentioned that Jonathan Davenport is going to pilot the... Actually, no, we didn't mention this. He's going to be in the Cup race on Sunday, but in addition to that, he's going to be piloting the Spire Motorsports number 7 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Chevrolet Silverado in Saturday night's Weather Guard Truck Race on the dirt at Bristol.
And everything around here is canceled, so you can watch those things.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we'll let you know when everything's happening, too. In our Big D's Pizza Racing menu, since nothing around here is going to be happening. As we mentioned, he's also scheduled to make his first NASCAR Cup Series start in Sunday's Food City Dirt Race for Colleague Racing. Know what a good how many would be is how many positions, where would he finish? Where do you think he's going to finish? It isn't the how many for this week, but I think it would be a good one.
Ooh.
I'm just curious, where do you think I don't know where he's going to start because they're going to have heat races and everything, but I don't know. How do you think he's going to do well? In the Cup race?
27th.
Okay. I think that might be fair. You know, he's probably not probably wheeling those heavy Cup cars.
It's going to be, it'll be a totally different feel.
Yeah. I don't know if the late model experience is going to really benefit him too much.
What about the Truck Series?
Truck Series, those are different too, but...
Yeah, but they're not as much different as the Cup cars.
I think that's Kyle. Anyway, moving on.
How's he going to do in a truck race?
I'm going to say 23rd.
14th.
Ooh. Okay.
Take notes, Scott.
Okay. All right. I'm going to write that down. You said 27th and 14th?
14th.
Okay. NASCAR team owners boycotted their quarterly meeting with NASCAR officials yesterday, Wednesday, because of their displeasure at how revenue sharing talks are going. The team owners, they kind of want to get more of that revenue.
They're feeling the same squeeze that every race car owner in the country is, whether it's NASCAR,
prices going up, and sponsorships are kind of coming down.
Right,
so.
Right, and their purses are not going up. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I understand. I feel their pain.
The ARCA Menard Series East race that's coming up at Flat Rock Speedway on May 20th now has a sponsor. It's going to be known as the Dutch Boy 150.
I'm telling you, that's a race that the fans are going to want to see. The ARCA cars at Flat Rock Speedway, in the past, it was a spectacular race to watch.
Did you happen to see any of the truck race on Saturday?
A little bit.
Did you see the end there where Dean Thompson, that nasty crash, 22 laps to go?
I did. He got hit hard.
hit the wall, kind of coming off of turn 4, and kind of came to a rest right there at the first dog leg on the front stretch, and there was like a shadow and dust and dirt, and he got plowed into.
Got hit hard in the left front wheel area.
Yeah. He climbed from the vehicle, his truck, and then kind of collapsed on the ground. He was taken away on a stretcher, taken to the infield care center, and then transported to a local hospital. After the race was over, he was evaluated and released, and will undergo further evaluation after returning to Charlotte. And he's going to need clearance from NASCAR medical professionals before he can compete in this weekend's event at Bristol. I'm not sure. I haven't read anything further if he's gotten that or not yet. But definitely was a hard hit. Did you hear about this Pack the Track challenge?
Not sure I did.
Okay, good, because I found this obscurely, but it's kind of a cool deal. Pack the Track challenge will pay 5 fans $1,000 each. Fans. Not race car drivers, the fans. 5 randomly selected lucky fans will receive $1,000 each if attendance surpasses 1,500 people for the American All-Star Series. It's a late model series. Season kickoff at I-75 Raceway outside Sweetwater, Tennessee this Saturday. And I believe if they have more than 1,500, there could be more $1,000 winners.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
You could go to a race and be a winner and not have to have a race car. And hell, $1,000, you win more than me with the race car. So pretty cool deal. I wonder if that's going to catch on or not. I wonder if that'll help bring people in too.
I would hope.
Yeah.
That's their plan.
That is the plan. That's the goal. Then everybody's trying new things, and I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Dirt Car is going to be the sanctioning body for the Dirt Late Models. Let me start over. Dirt Car will sanction Dirt Late Model Racing's newest regional tour, which is primarily in the Southwest. It's the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series with 19 races they have scheduled.
Really?
So they're going to run Dirt Car rules. So, and points. You get Dirt Car points, too.
In the Southwest.
Primarily, that's where they're scheduled, like Georgia, Alabama.
That's Southeast.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right. Southeast. Apparently, I wrote I'm directionally challenged.
Well, and that was
Southeast.
And that was what confused me, because
Okay.
Hunt the Front is...
Yeah, right. That'd be Arizona.
Yeah.
Be Southwest. Yeah, Southeast. My bad. Directionally challenged.
You got me going.
Yeah.
Okay.
The National Motorsports Appeals Panel has voted to uphold the L2 penalty. NASCAR dealt to Colleague Racing on March 15th. The number 31 team originally handed a $1,000 fine, 100-point penalty in the driver and owner standings, as well as a 4-race crew chief suspension. While the substantial fine and suspension were upheld for crew chief Trent Owens, the 100-point penalty was reduced to 75 points in both driver and owner standings. Colleague Racing released a statement this morning in response to the results, announcing their plans to further appeal the penalty.
What was the infraction on that?
I believe
Scott?
that's going back to the Louvers.
Okay.
Was that Phoenix that was?
Yeah.
Lucy Foyt, the wife of A.J. Foyt. Did you know I named my first pet after A.J. Foyt?
Really?
Yeah. Had a bird.
Anthony?
Pet parakeet.
You named him Anthony?
No, I named him A.J. Foyt.
Oh.
I didn't know A.J. stood for...
Anthony Joseph.
I did not know that. Oh. Anyways...
hang around, Scott. We'll get you going.
Lucy Foyt, the wife of A.J. Foyt, passed away in a Hudson hospital after a brief illness. She was 84. She was married to A.J. for 68 years. They had 3 children, A.J. Foyt III, Terry, and Jerry. Later on, they adopted their grandson, Larry, who is the president of A.J. Foyt Enterprises.
Oh. I wonder what A.J. Foyt Enterprises is doing these days.
I don't know. NASCAR handed out L1 level penalties on Thursday, that'd be today, for the numbers 24 and 48 Hendrick Motorsports teams. They've been getting a lot of penalties recently. We're reading a comment. What's going on here? That's me the one I get hooked up for $1,000 fan deal. Anyway, where was I? Oh, they were fined both the 24 and 48 Hendricks teams after last weekend's races at Richmond Raceway. As a result, William Byron and Alex Bowman each lost 60 driver points and 5 playoff points. The teams also lost 60 owner points and 5 playoff owner points. In addition, the team's respective crew chiefs were fined $75,000 and suspended for 2 points events starting April 13th. The penalty was for a modification to the greenhouse area on each car that was discovered during post-race inspection. The greenhouse is the roof of the car along with the front and back windows.
Right.
What modification could you possibly make?
I don't know.
Okay.
And they probably won't tell us.
Probably not. Well, they probably don't want people to do what they did. And that's all the latest and greatest racing news. No Hammer Down race or Hammer Down hotline this week. Again, feel free to call, text anytime you want. 419-318-3081. 419-318-3081. Call or text anytime, day or night. Anything you want.
But don't text and drive if you're in Ohio.
Oh, no, don't do that.
And
if you call, make sure you're using hands-free calling.
That's right.
Yeah.
They'll take away your birthday. You just won't exist anymore.
Okay. I'm not really sure what that means, but let's do how many.
How many?
The last week's how many was how many goals will the Toledo Walleye score over the weekend? I figured that would help with things not getting canceled. And no, it didn't. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they had 3 games. Toledo Walleye hockey team. If you're not familiar with them, they're in the ECHL.
Were you at all 3 games?
I did not go to any. I haven't been to a game in a while.
Really?
No, I don't get free tickets anymore.
Oh, Scott.
I know. You chose 11. I chose 12. The actual number was 7.
Ooh,
Wasn't that a great weekend for them? They only scored 7 goals total over the weekend. So round was closest. Our listener winner for last week was Brian Barber. He picked 6.
Good job,
and I believe I made a comment about it thinking, wow, he's awfully pessimistic. Turns out he was right. So congratulations, Brian. You have 30 days to claim your pizza from Big D's. Just give him a call. Get a hold of Dean Henry. Get a hold of me. We'll get you hooked up.
As long as we've got everybody's attention and we're talking about hockey, how did the Walleye do in those 3 games?
I don't remember.
Oh, Scott.
I was watching racing this weekend.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy, I know.
Yeah. Oh, next Wednesday.
Well, I don't have Buckeye anymore.
That's true.
We changed the internet, so I can't stream the games anymore.
Yeah. Next Wednesday, Millbridge starts their weekly show.
I was looking for that last night. I was like,
I
wonder if Millbridge is racing. I pulled up their website. It said next week. I was like, all right.
Ah, darn it. I love that show. I really do.
So this week's how many and a chance to win a Big D's pizza. I wasn't going to go. I thought about how many cars at Waynesfield, how many cars at Attica, which is going to turn out to be 0 because everybody canceled. But I tried to pick something other than that so they wouldn't cancel. And
racing
apparently
related?
That didn't work. Yeah, it is racing related. Yeah.
Right.
Tuesday, actually, at Lakeside Speedway. It's the High Limit Sprint Car Series.
Oh, yeah.
So how many high limit sprint cars will be there on Tuesday at Lakeside Speedway?
Where is Lakeside Speedway?
That is I can tell you. I can tell you exactly where it is. It is in Kansas City.
Okay.
So you have to choose first.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
I
know, and they just put out a driver roster. I didn't look at it, but they put out a driver roster. And I say there was
23.
Quite a few that had. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna go with 24 then.
Oh.
Put in your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or YouTube Live, but no guarantees. I'm gonna find it. I did find the guess that was put in last week on the YouTube Live, so it might be okay. But if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you're not watching the video. Find the video on our social media and put your guess in. You have until Tuesday. We'll say 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern time, right, because KC is an hour after us.
Yeah, so 4 o'clock Eastern time. So you got plenty of time to get in on this week's How Many and a chance to win a Big D's Pizza. It's how many high-limit sprint cars are going to be at Lakeside Speedway in competition on Tuesday. That's it. It's pretty easy. And we'll find out who that winner is next week. Switch back over, see kind of guesses where these numbers look a little bigger than yours. 58?
Ooh.
Doug is very optimistic there.
Wow.
I like his thinking. And you can only guess once. Can't edit your guess. So once you pick your guess, that's it. You're locked in. If you do guess more than once or you change your guess, we're going to pull this I can't reach it. The black flag right over there, and you will be black flagged. We can put it on here. There you go, right there, that black flag.
Yep. The black flag really exists, and we're not afraid to use it.
That is just about it. We do have our Big D's racing menu.
This weekend, Big D's Pizza Racing Menu.
I'm excited because we had 3 events scheduled
be a big
locally.
Weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Attica was going to kick things off with the Corn Main Spring Nationals, a big 2-day show with the All-Stars. That has been canceled, or not. That has been postponed. Not canceled.
Rescheduled.
Yes, postponed to next weekend. So they did have that extra weekend there to push that back in case they had to, and that is because of the wet grounds. I think that the forecast is fairly decent for this weekend. It's going to be a little chilly, but compared to the past few weeks, pretty good. But the rain yesterday and everything, it's just the past month, really, it's just been...
The low temperature for the evening is going to be in the low 30s, so...
That's not fun.
No.
And then Waynesfield Raceway Park, the Let's Go 30, as we had mentioned, that's pushed back to next Saturday as well, originally scheduled for this weekend. So all racing in Northwest Ohio locally has been postponed this weekend due to the overly saturated grounds. There is, however, some other action going on. The World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, they seem to be getting a lot of races in wherever they're at. The Osborne Sprint Car Showdown at US 36 Raceway in Missouri. That's tomorrow night, April 7th. And then on Saturday, it's the Jason Johnson Classic at 81 Speedway in Wichita, Kansas. So a couple races there. We mentioned the High Limit Sprint Car Series, Lakeside Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas on Tuesday, April 11th. And that is tonight's how many. So, again, you can get your guess in until 4 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday.
High Limit.
Kyle Larson.
On Flow?
I'm thinking. I was going to say that, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it's on Flow, though. Dave, I'm sure, knows. He'll let us know here in like a minute or two.
Real quick.
So, so a lot of sprint car racing this weekend and into early next week. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Weather Guard truck race on dirt at Bristol Motor Speedway. That's taking place on Saturday, April 8th. They're going to have heat races starting at 4:30 in the afternoon. And then racing at 8. Well, here's something I'm a little confused about now that I got from Dave. The Cup Series, of course, they're racing on the dirt as well. The Food City Dirt Race at Bristol Motor Speedway. They're going to have heat races as well, but he said he had a hard time finding when the heat races were. He told me they're going to be on Saturday, April 8th at 8 p.m., which is going to be difficult if they are trying to have heat races while the trucks are having their feature race.
Yeah, I would think.
So I'm pretty sure that time is not right. I'll see if I can post something on our social media as far as the correct time for the heat races. I thought normally they have them before on the same day.
Dave Kemmer and Doug Frost both agree.
Yes, it's on Flow.
It's on Flow.
Talking about the high limit sprint car thing.
That's right.
Okay. So, but the main event will take place on Sunday evening at 7 o'clock Easter evening.
That's strange.
And that'll be on Fox. It is kind of weird, but I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, kind of cool. And we'll see how Jonathan Davenport does.
Big belly from Easter dinner.
Yeah. Kick back from the TV, watch a dirt race.
Quick nap and watch a dirt race. Yeah.
There you go. So,
what could be better?
No need for a weekend weather pit stop this week.
Not for this area.
Yeah, not for this area. Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer and contributor John Young. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check us out at hammerdownracingreport.com. If you want to be a sponsor, there's information on there. You can listen to shows on there as well. And the Hammerdown hotline number is on there. Also, make sure to rate and review us, share us with your friends, share our broadcasts. We appreciate it. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Big D's Pizza, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Headhunters, Barber Studio and Salon in Perrysburg. And next week, we're going to have Brian Liskey back on the show for our Fremont Speedway.
That'll be a good one.
Preview.
Fremont's close.
Fremont's,
yeah.
There's going to get things going next weekend, too.
Yeah.
So hopefully next weekend we're going to have 4 events.
One of our listeners, Ben Clapp, believe he'll be racing at Fremont.
Yeah.
Good evening, Ben.
So, next week, Brian Liskey. Tune in 7 o'clock on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube Live, or you can always listen at your leisure on any of those. You can watch us. If you comment, though, we're not actually doing it live unless it's 7 o'clock on Thursday. I've seen some people that have made some comments like, hey, guys, it was like Friday night at 8 o'clock watching the broadcast. So
we've got quite a few third shift listeners. We
do. And we have quite a few people that download the podcast, too.
Right.
So, which is cool. We appreciate that. Any way you consume us is good. That doesn't sound good.
We enjoy being consumed.
All right, we're out. I'd say get out and support your local track this weekend, but next week you can. Ben says he wishes he was racing. No new motor yet.
Oh.
But if anyone needs a driver, Mr. Clapp is available.
You know, there's that new motor issue has been going around a lot lately.
What new motor issue?
A lot of people are having problems getting motors finished up. Just
because of parts?
Parts issues are continuing.
That's not good. When's this going to end? Not the show, but that too. When's the part issues going to end?
When they get the battery situation squared away and we're all electric? I don't know. You won't have to worry about getting pistons for your engine then.
Nope, just pissed.
That's it.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Good night, all.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.